Class 7. I welcome you all to yet another class of the subject SST. In this class, we are going to continue with the 10th chapter of your history portion, that is India in the 18th century. As per the heading of the chapter, we are going to study about the situation of India in the 18th century. That is, this period was known as the later Mughal period, and in the meanwhile, the development of the British East India Company, they also came to they were their presence were felt in this century very, we can say it was their presence were felt very strongly in India, and the developments what were there during this time, that is in the 18th century, we're going to see in this chapter. In our last class, we have studied about the later Mughal period. Later Mughal period was basically, as you all know, that Mughal Empire was established in India by Babur, and it got culminated after the death of the last Mughal king, that is Bahadur Shah Zafar, after the revolt of 1857. In later Mughal period, we had seen that Aurangzeb, he became the king in 1707, and he was very intolerant for the, I mean, he was very intolerant when it comes to religion, and when it comes to the religion of other kings, and thus he was in continuous fight with them. Then we had seen that at this time, there were many kings of Marathas and the Rajputs. They were in continuous fight with Mughals, and the Mughal emperor, that was the who was the successor of Aurangzeb, that is Bahadur Shah. He was not very good controller, and thus he lost it to Marathas, and also because he lost it because Sayyid brothers, who were the nobles of his own court, they started conspiring against him, and they made they made Fakhrusyar as the Mughal emperor by removing your Jahadar Shah from the throne. Later on, they again killed Fakhrusyar also and made Muhammad Shah the new Mughal ruler. Then after that came Ahmad Shah, then Alamgir II, then Shah Alam II. They were the next Mughal ruler. Meanwhile, in India, during this period, there were three different kings of different origin. They were also fighting in India, that is one from the Turanians from Turkestan, then the Iranians from Iran, and the Hindustani kings from India. They were continuously fighting with each other to control the empire of India, the Mughal empire basically. Then Shah Alam II, along with the Nawab of Awadh and your Nawab of Bengal, they came together and they fought a battle named as the Battle of Buxar against the British East India Company, but they lost it, and they had to give Diwani of Awadh and Bengal and Odisha, that is the Diwani system. The Britishers were given the rights to collect the revenue of these provinces, which were the huge provinces of India. Then in our last class, we have seen that the Mughal Empire, it declined in India because after the death of Aurangzeb, also because Aurangzeb was very intolerant against other religion, and thus the kings of other religion, they were not very happy with their Aurangzeb, and Aurangzeb was in continuous fight with them. Then we had seen that he was having continuous fight with the kings of the Deccan, in the Deccan, and thus the financial resources of Mughal Empire, it got depleted. Then after that, we had seen that his successors, that is whether be it your Bahadur Shah Zafar, or Bahadur Shah, or your Fakhrusyar, or any of them, they were not very competent kings. They were not the kings who could control their province nicely. And of course, because of the continuous invasions from Nadir Shah and the Ahmad Shah Abdali, who was the Afghan king, these things, they added to the misery of your Mughal Empire, and finally it got culminated after the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, who participated in the revolt of 1857, and of course he lost it to the strong British army, and he was imprisoned in Rangoon, where he died in 1862. If you talk about the functioning of the Mughal Empire during the Aurangzeb regime, तो इसमें आप देखोगे आज हम इसको ही पढ़ेंगे, that is the emergence of the new states in the regime of Mughal Empire only. देखो ये जो न्यू स्टेट्स हैं इसमें आपका हम 3 स्टेट्स पढ़ेंगे, दैट इज़ बंगाल, अवध एंड बंगाल, अवध, हैदराबाद, मैसूर एंड दीज स्टेट्स, इनकी हम पॉलिटिकल सिनेरियो के बारे में बेसिकली इस हेडिंग के अंडर हम पढ़ने वाले हैं, दैट इज़ द इमर्जेंस ऑफ न्यू स्टेट। देखो जो औरंगज़ेब था, व्हाट ही डिड, इन्होंने अपने अम्पायर को बंगाल, अवध, हैदराबाद एंड मैसूर प्रोविंस में डिवाइड कर दिया था। एंड व्हाट ही डिड, इन्होंने अलग अलग लोगों को इस प्रोविंस की कंट्रोलिंग दे दी थी। सो वील स्टार्ट विद द फर्स्ट प्रोविंस, दैट इज़ योर बंगाल। बंगाल को मुर्शिद कुली खान who was appointed by औरंगज़ेब as the revenue minister of Bengal, और उनको ही यहाँ की जो दीवानी थी यू कैन से वो दी गई थी। मीन वाइल मुर्शिद कुली खान, इन्होंने जो यहाँ पर धीरे धीरे क्या किया कि मुग़ल एम्पायर को साइडलाइन करके ही बिकेम द एक्चुअल कंट्रोलर ऑफ दिस प्रोविंस। और उन्होंने क्या किया कि जो रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन था वो कैश में कर दिया। कैश में करने की वजह से बहुत सारे ऐसे जो ज़मींदार थे, जो छोटे ज़मींदार थे, उनको मनी लेंडर्स से पैसे लेने पड़ते थे। जब मनी लेंडर से पैसे लेने पड़े तो एक नया क्लास इस टाइम पीरियड में इमर्ज हुआ, विच वॉज द बैंकिंग हाउसेस एंड द मर्चेंट्स। The famous banking house was of the Fateh Chand, who were also called as the Jagat Seth. They grew and they got very powerful and prosperous. Then in Awadh, Aurangzeb had given the revenue collection responsibility to Saadat Khan, who became the Subedar of Awadh in 1722. अवध इट वॉज़ अ फर्टाइल लैंड, तो यहाँ पर जो रेवेन्यू जनरेशन था वो भी अच्छा होता था। बट जो सादत खान को इस वजह से जो अवध की प्रोविंस थी वो बहुत ही प्रोमिनेंट प्रोविंस थी और बहुत सारे लोग इसको कंट्रोल करना चाहते थे। सो बेसिकली सादत खान को अपार्ट फ्रॉम द कलेक्शन ऑफ द रेवेन्यू, उनको ये भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दी गई टू कीप चेक ऑन द पीपल हु वर ट्राइंग टू कैप्चर दी प्रोविंस ऑफ अवध, और इसलिए उनको यहाँ पर एक टाइटल दी गई, दैट इज़ बुरहानुल मुल्क। उनको दैट इज़ सादत खान को रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दी गई टू मैनेज पॉलिटिकल, फाइनेंशियल एंड मिलिट्री अफेयर ऑफ प्रोविंस ऑफ अवध। यहाँ पर सादत खान ने क्या किया, उन्होंने जो मुग़ल इन्फ्लुएंस था उसको कम कर दिया एंड जो जागीरदार्स थे उनको जो मुग़ल एम्परर की तरफ से अपॉइंट हुए तो उनको हटा दिया। और फिर उन्होंने क्या किया कि एक नया रेवेन्यू का सिस्टम वहाँ पर जनरेट किया और वहाँ पर उन्होंने जो राइट टू कलेक्ट द रेवेन्यू थी उसको वहाँ पर उन्होंने एक तरह से आप कह सकते हो कि यू कैन से कि उनको वहाँ पर ऑक्शन करा गया और इस वजह से बहुत सारे नए नए ज़मींदार अपॉइंट हो गए और इस तरह से जो पुराने ज़मींदार मुग़ल एम्परर की तरफ से अपॉइंटेड थे उनके हाथ से पावर को लेकर के नए ज़मींदार जिन्होंने ऑक्शन को विन किया था उनको दे दिया गया। और ये जो ज़मींदार थे इनको बहुत सारे राइट्स दिए गए जिस वजह से जो इनको अपनी मनमर्जी से किसी भी तरह से रेवेन्यू एक्सट्रैक्ट करने की पूरी आज़ादी दी गई, जिस वजह से जो वहाँ के कल्टीवेटर्स थे वो बहुत ज़्यादा परेशान हो गए क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो रेट ऑफ रेवेन्यू था वो बहुत ज़्यादा हाई होने लगा था। और इसके बाद इस सप्रेशन की वजह से अब ये जब हाई होने लगा तो लोगों ने पैसे बोरो करने शुरू कर दिए थे आपके जागीरदार्स को देने के लिए और इस तरह से यहाँ पर बैंकर्स और मनी लेंडर्स का एक बहुत बड़ा क्लास इमर्ज हुआ। To this, we come to an end of today's class. For rest of the chapter, we're going to continue in the next class. Till then, take care. Have a great day ahead.